I don't know if you're like me when you just replay stuff in your head how it should go, and you know how it goes that way. But I can't stop like picturing or planning ahead, which I said.
Right.
Yeah. So fuck it.
Go for it. That was great.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is a new episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And today I am going to have to crank up the speaker. For some reason, I cannot hear you. All right, there we go. And today we are got two movies, count them, two movies that are out there in the movie world, and we are going to review them for your pleasure. So make sure that you know what to go watch and what not to watch.
Yeah, coming up on Christmas, yeah.
It's coming up on Christmas. You're going to be sitting around the fam. You're going to be like, should we watch this? Should we not watch this? Yeah. Now we can tell you why. And on that 7.5 hour drive to your parents' house, you listen to us and you can figure out.
Yeah.
Do I want to listen to this? Do I want to do I want to watch this? First, the movie that we'll be talking about just got put on Netflix earlier this month. It's called Leave the World Behind, which has been number one for the last 2 weeks on Netflix and the streaming, featuring the one, the only, you know her as the prostitute that could, Julia Roberts.
Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, since the demur, we have more than 400 plaintiffs, and let's be honest, we all know there are more out there. They may not be the most sophisticated people, but they do know how to divide, and $20 million isn't shit when you split it between them.
Aaron.
Second of all, these people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in a pool without worrying that they'll have to have a hysterectomy at the age of 20, like Rosa Diaz, a client of ours, or have their spine deteriorate like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. So before you come back here with another lame-ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Walker. Or what you might expect someone to pay you for your uterus, Miss Sanchez. Then you take out your calculator and you multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
A great scene from Aaron Brockovich. So.
Great scene.
Yeah.
Great scene.
Fantastic scene.
And definitely coming in on second, playing her husband in this movie, the one, the only, Ethan Hawke.
What if I could put him in front of you? Huh? The man that ruined your life. And if I could guarantee you that you'd get away with it, would you kill him? In a heartbeat. I know where he is.
Yeah, of course you do.
No.
So that's Ethan Hawke. So.
Woo woo. Also, in this movie is the wonderful. He's amazing. He was in Luke Cage. He was in other movies. I can't think of right now off the top of my head. Oh, Green
Book is what you're thinking about that movie.
The Green Book, he won an Oscar for. He's in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. He was in Invincible. He was in Rami. He was in True Detective. And, of course, in the best movie he's done in years, Adelita Battle Angel. Here he is, the one, the only.
Marshala Ali.
Well, my girl, you certainly exceeded my expectations. Killing my champion, Gruishka. Most impressive. And turning a selfish creature like Shirin. I didn't see that coming. So when you walk out of here, the factory won't stop you. This time.
I don't need your permission to live.
Others might. Your Dr. Ito, for example. And what about Hugo? He's still alive, isn't he? We will track him down. I found the only way to enjoy immortality is to watch others die.
Ooh.
That's just That's just scary.
You like
Scary.
I wasn't a big fan of Alita Battle Angel, but I guess you were. So,
Dude, I can't wait for the universe, man. I
Yeah,
can't wait
I know
for
it's
the
happening.
universe.
I know it's happening, but yeah. All right, who else is in this movie?
The one, the only, so nice. You got to name him after the best meat in the entire world. The one, the only, the one who saved Christmas for all the Guardians of the Galaxy, Kevin Bacon.
Oh! All right, pal. Haven't I been nice to you? I mean, I've been nice, right? I complimented your cooking. You don't know who I am, so I'm gonna give you one last warning. Out of the fucking kindness in my fucking heart, don't fucking touch my car again.
Lot of empty words and I've already heard ain't gonna work tonight.
That is the last time.
Don't wanna talk about it anymore, 'cause that ain't gonna make things
I'm going. That's not the kind of touching I meant.
So that's from a Super, which he's a great fucking asshole in that movie.
I knew you'd love that I got the super one because your love for Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
All right, and that movie is called Leave the World Behind. That'll be the first movie that we review today. And the second movie we're going to review today, of course, it's going to be the one that is number one across the world and our hearts.
Yeah, it's
the
a
one
hit.
and only Wonka, featuring the one, the only Timothée Chalamet.
We never told the truth for 10 minutes in this house. Well, hear this, Willie. This is me. You want to know why I had no address for 3 months? It's because I stole a suit in Kansas City and I was in jail. I stole myself out of every good job since high school and I never got anywhere. Because you blew me so full of hot air, I could never stand taking orders from anybody. That's whose fault it is. It's goddamn time you heard that, Pop.
Yeah, it's from some just a audition tape, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, if you don't think Timothée Chalamet is a freaking good actor,
Oh man, he's so good.
he is he's the Johnny Depp of this generation, man. He really is.
He's just as good looking, honestly, or better.
Yeah, well, whatever. That's that's just if what you believe or don't believe on that one. I mean, because come on, I don't know if I'm going to have that argument. I'm not that person. I'm not going to be like, who's better looking, Timothée Chalamet or Johnny Depp? They're both good looking dudes. They're better looking than me. How about that?
Sure. Yeah, they're both better looking than us, oh man.
Also in this movie, the award-winning Olivia Coleman.
Now, the fact that you'll turn into an animal if you fail to fall in love with someone during your stay here is not something that should upset you or get you down. Just think as an animal you'll have a second chance to find a companion. But even then, you must be careful. You need to choose a companion that is a similar type of animal to you. A wolf and a penguin could never live together, nor could a camel and a hippopotamus. That would be absurd. Think about it.
From The Lobster, which is a great movie. And we'll be talking about one of the director's new movie next week. In fact, Yorgos Lanthimos. So.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that as well. Yeah. And also in this movie, the one, the only, I believe this is one of her first movies, if I'm correct. Well, no, she's been in a few other movies, but it's Kayla Lane as Noodle.
What are you doing?
I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it?
I don't know. I've never had any.
You've never had chocolate?
Still no.
Well, lucky for you, Noodle. I have a selection of the world's finest ingredients right here in my travel factory.
Whoa.
Where to begin? That's the question. I know. Silver linings, made of condensed thunderclouds and liquid sunlight.
Did you always want to make chocolate?
No. Back when I was your age, I wanted to be a magician.
Straight from Wonka. That's where that's
straight from Wonka, because I couldn't find anything else that she is. But I figure she's definitely one that needed a clip, because she's probably one of the people that we're going to talk about the most in that film. Also in this movie, Patterson Joseph as well.
Stoop. Romance. Stoop. And let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood. Up to the elbows. And besmear our swords. Then walk we forth, even to the marketplace, and waving our red weapons o'er our heads, let's all cry, peace, freedom, and liberty.
Yeah, so that's a good little clip of the guy.
That's from one of his renditions of Julius Caesar. And the guy's been in so many things. I thought he just needed a shout out, because the guy's been in everything from The Beach to Law and Order to the Peep Show, which I'll come up a lot later, I'm guessing. Geronimo, Velveteen Rabbit. Like, the guy has been in so many things. It's ridiculous. I could go through Blood and Oil. I'm dying. I'm sorry. I'm dying.
And who else is in this?
Neil is suffering from what people would call
hangoveritis or whatever.
Hangoveritis. We'll call it hangoveritis. I'm gonna have to close the heat fit in here, man. I'm sweating already. All right, and last but not least, in this wonderful movie, or just one of the people that we got a clip for. There's so many more people we'll talk about later. The one, the only, the man that makes us all laugh when he says "AA Ron," Mr. Keegan Michael Key.
Well, I'm just a good old American boy with a heart that's red, white, and true. Dreaming of the girl with the red hair and freckles and her eyes like the skies of blue.
Country music.
Yeah, I grew up in Texas, so.
All right.
Keep her safe from the homies in the wrong side of town where they're smoking the reefer and acting like clowns. Keep that pretty white dress from getting dirty and brown, 'cause that's the American way. Woo!
Oh, pretty racist song.
Yeah, that's from Key and Peele, obviously. Yeah. And
Of course, but I couldn't do the AA Run one anymore. I mean, we've done it like 5 times now.
I know.
So I had to find the funniest thing. And the fact that, I don't know if you noticed this, but in the clips, we've noticed Kansas City, we mentioned Oklahoma and Texas. I got all of our spots except for Indiana. If I got Indiana, I would have had the trifecta.
Well, we need Louisiana as well. I spent my first 5 years in Louisiana, and all of my family's there. But
we don't count that.
Okay,
we don't count that.
Fine. You can find us online at who'sdon'tsuck.net. We're w2mnet.com. It's w2mnet.com. You can find us there along with a bunch of other really cool podcasts. You can find us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/who'sdon'tsuck podcast. We're Twitter MTS podcast. We're on Instagram MTS podcast. You have Patreon, patreon.com/who'sdon'tsuck. Find us there. Give us 2 shekels. We'll be happy to make extra content if we get enough. Also, go to bonfire.com, don't suck and something new. You'll find a shirt like Neil's wearing, along with a bunch of the cool shirts Neil has made. Also, we're if you're watching YouTube, unsubscribe, watch Facebook, like the page. And if you're listening to some little podcast apps, hit subscribe. So every Monday when this is uploaded, it'll be waiting for you. Neil, what was we talking about today?
A business I went to last night that caused some of this hangover. This is actually a secret here in Tulsa. It's one of the places that is known as one of the world's oldest speakeasies. So saying this, I might be betraying some Tulsa people, and I might get my ass beat afterwards. But that's all right, because I think they need some love. And that is the one, the only. That is the Cellar Dweller. The Cellar Dweller is one of Tulsa's oldest speakeasies. Established as a cellar dweller in 1968, but has been moonlighting as a bar since the 1920s, serving through the Prohibition era and on. You can definitely feel how it would have worked back then when venturing down the almost hidden staircase and through the door. Very chill, dimly lit basement bar with the dive bar vibes. Now here, I'm gonna take you on a journey, kind of, Chris.
I'm ready for it.
So when you walk up to the building, this is what you see.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's a sign out front too, like that. There's a sign that you can see now. But before, you wouldn't see that sign. You would just, or that overhang. Of course, it'd be a red brick building door. Then you go down this hallway, and I mean, I can barely fit down this hallway, bro.
Yeah, you got
like it's so small. And then you come down, and this is the bar that pops up right in front of you. Like, this is literally where you come through the door, and this is where you see.
Nice.
And it's a nightclub, so they'll have some musical guests down there every now and then. You can see there's booths all back there. This is during Halloween because it's the only picture I could find on the internet of the back area of the bar.
Yeah.
There's a whole nother back section back there. See there?
Yeah,
and you can see there's a painting over the
of Elvis?
The fireplace there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is like one of the most famous paintings. It's been there since like the beginning of time.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I found a picture of someone on Halloween decorated as themselves as the picture.
That's a good time.
I laughed so hard at that. It's ridiculous. But the Cellar Dweller is literally, it's just a bar. There's drinks. It's hidden in the basement. It's one of those cool places that you go that you can just say you went there, you had a couple drinks, you went and hung out with some buddies of yours. They do have they have live music on Wednesdays. They have an industry night every Monday from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. and open mic comedy every Sunday first set at 9 p.m. You can literally find out any information about them at cellardwellertulsa.com or go to Facebook. And on Facebook, you can go to Cellar Dweller Tulsa as well. So facebook.com/cellardweller.com or cellardweller.com or cellardwellertulsa.com. Telling you, if you're in the Tulsa area, it is one of the hidden gems. I love this place. It's literally, it makes me feel like when I had parties in my basement as a kid.
Okay.
You know, when you're like 9-10 years old and you had kids over and you get snuck a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. I don't think I ever did that when I was 9 or 10.
Drunk when you're like 9, stole a bottle of whiskey from your parents while they're out there drinking with all the bikers.
You want to hear something super square about me? I didn't get drunk till I was 21 for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I had liquor parties at my house.
It was on Boone's Farm.
I'm not saying this is good or anything, but like I had liquor parties when I was like 14 years old.
Well, 14 makes sense. I knew a bunch of my friends were doing that shit, but I didn't get swear. I was straight edge until I was like 21. So now
you're pretty straight edge, so I understand that.
True till death. But here we are. We're talking movies. Leave the World Behind, directed by Sam Esmail. Sam is basically known for being the showrunner of Mr. Robot. You remember Mr. Robot, right? With Rami Malek?
Oh, I love Mr. Robot.
Yeah. This stars America's sweetheart Julia Roberts.
Oh, see, now that pisses me off.
Also, Marshala Ali.
Well, my girl, you certainly exceeded my expectations.
Also, Kevin Bacon.
Oh! All right, pal. Haven't I been nice to you?
And Ethan Hawke.
What if I could put him in front of you?
This stars also Myha'la as Ruth Scott, Farrah McKenzie, Charlie Evans, and that's about everyone really notable in this one. You know, what's your storyline for Leave the World Behind?
Amanda and Clay's aspirational vacation with their teenage children is interrupted by the arrival of a middle-aged man and his daughter who say they own the holiday home, who have fled an unpredictable blackout in the city when the internet, television, and radio stop working, as does the landline. They have no way of finding out what is happening, who these people are, and as a strange sonic boom shatters the peace of the countryside, and animals start to migrate in strange ways. The physical and mental health of the families begins to deteriorate. The renters are upscale and white. The owners are upscale and black. The issues of race clash and becomes distractions to more alarming things are happening all around. We got to read these before we fucking read these, bro.
You think it's giving away that much stuff? I don't think it gives away.
No, one, it's not really giving away stuff, but I don't think it's really describing it well.
Okay, what do you think people need to know before watching this movie, then? If you think that doesn't do it well.
All right. What's the best way to say this? This movie is fucked up. There we go.
So,
okay. The thing is about the way they described this, all right, was the fact that this movie is great because they don't let you know too much until it's all revealed. And that's a great, because they slow play, you know, you don't know if that's the owner or not that showed up at the door.
Yeah.
You don't know. Yeah. They make it very, and they pull that out as long as possible to make it very clear that you don't know if that's really the people that own this house or not. You don't know what's going on in the world that's going on outside of the doors.
Which is,
you don't.
I'm really into that part of the movie itself. People. This is a pretty divisive movie, but especially as the ending, which I'm not going to talk about. Which I thought the ending was fucking hilarious because it's a dark satire, right? That's how I thought about it. And yeah, it's like it's sort of post-apocalyptic almost. Just the way it's going, it's once you watch the preview, it kind of becomes more clear about what it's about. But it's
and this is and that's the thing. It's spooky. It's eerie. Right here, I'm reading one of the movie facts. Denzel Washington was originally cast. I'm glad he didn't play this.
yeah. I think Marshala.
Ali, like literally, he was the guy to have for this part because, to be honest, all right, how many movies with Denzel and Julia Roberts have we seen? Like, isn't there like 3 of them? I know they did Pelican Brief. Yeah. They did, I can't remember how, maybe they'd only done 2 or maybe they only did the 1. But still, I would not feel the threatness or threatened by Denzel Washington if he showed up to the front door.
Right. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Even though he's got Equalizer and he can absolutely kill a man with a pencil like John Wick. But like, I wouldn't have felt that threatened image like I did with Ali. Ali is like, I don't know if this guy's here to be friends or kill the fuck out of this guy. But this movie knocked it out of the park. There's a reason this movie is #1 the last couple weeks on Netflix.
I want to mention that Julia Roberts, you don't see her in a whole lot these days. But in this one, she plays her character so fucking well. You may not like her character, but she's really good.
She plays a bitch.
Yeah.
Like when is the last time you saw her play a bitch? She's always like the sweetheart or the loving individual. And even in the Erin Brockovich, that's why I got Erin Brockovich, because that's like the closest thing I think she's ever played to being just a straight bitch.
Yeah, and then she's a bitch in this movie. And Ethan Hawke is always just awesome. Like the nice dad, the dad that everyone wants is Ethan Hawke. So But they're a couple that go on vacation at the. They're obviously well off because it probably cost a couple $1,000 to rent this for the weekend. But it's
And let's talk about Kevin Bacon as the creepy prepper.
I didn't recognize him first. Like I didn't recognize him until they.
Oh no, I always recognize. I always recognize the Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon's one of my faves. But he man, I was just like. I was watching the movie, and by any means, I did not know Kevin Bacon was in this. I didn't see who was all. I knew Julia Roberts was in it. I kind of watched half of a trailer.
Okay.
You know, I like to try to be as non-informed as possible. I want to go in there kind of blank as possible when it comes to movies.
Yeah, I think I sent you the link for this, letting you know it's out. And we're like, okay, that's our stream.
No, I sent it to you actually, bro.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I watched the first half minute of the trailer, and I was like, do we have room for this one? Can we throw this one in? Like. I didn't say that to you, but that's why I threw you the trailer. Yeah. But anyway, and this is like look at this, like small facts, and this is small details like this make a movie. Like the Kevin Bacon character in front of his house was a willow tree, which has the acid that creates aspirin.
Yeah, of course. So,
you know, it's like, oh, that makes sense.
There's a bunch of little stuff
in the movie. Yeah, when they're talking or whatever, they're buying stuff from E Corp, which is the corporation from Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
So man, I really love their details, like, you know, adding little things like that and stuff. But the movie, the acting between, because it has to be the actors.
Yes, the actors.
And a movie like this, when you got only like 4 or 5 people in the film, it has to be, they gotta play off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Julia Roberts and the teenage girl going back and forth, like hating each other, was great. The anxiety that you feel.
There's so much.
Through all of them.
There's so much anxiety in this movie. There's dread. There's dread through this whole fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
you know the one person that didn't have any dread?
He's not.
Dude, he was like the dude. He was the dude.
Yeah. Like but it was very. It's a spooky ass movie because like you imagine like everyone when you watching like this, how you'd react, you know?
Right.
I think someone did better than I would, I think a lot of people like are harping on the fact that they want more, but I don't think that's what this movie's about, really. You know?
No, I don't want more.
No.
I love this movie just the way it is. Thank you for ending it. I mean, I don't know about you, but sometimes. No one told me the world was going to be this way. And anyway, and so, but this is another thing about this movie, and I was noticing it as, you know, after I get all the information, stuff like that. I mean, we all know it's from a book. It's from Rumaan Alam.
Rumaan Alam. Yeah.
But look at the visuals of each scene. It's just visually beautiful. Like, look how it's equilateral. Like each scene has like a beauty to it.
Yeah, I mean,
that you're just.
Like each shot was meticulously planned to look as good as possible. You're watching this, you know, it has a feel and style to it, and not in a way that Zack Snyder has a style. No, just a better way, honestly.
Yeah. So, and I just want to say this movie has made me afraid of deer. And I know deer aren't dangerous animals. They're animals.
Get close to them, they'll fuck you up. They'll do something.
No, they won't fuck you up if you're not dumb. If you're not going to go up there and like pet the sons of bitches or something stupid like that.
Yeah, but that was It makes you scared of a lot of things that you shouldn't be scared of. But this one, it has a lot to say, and a lot of people don't like the time 2 hours 18 minutes. I thought it was perfect. I didn't feel like it was dragging at all. I felt like each minute was just cooking it, and so leave the world behind. There's some people that have problems with it. I read up on it, but I really honestly think that this doesn't have a sharp divide between people who really appreciate the message and people who mostly watch things for mostly story. But you and I, you know, we're people who watch things for things other than story a lot of the time.
Yeah, and again, this is just one of those movies that I think, and it's not too artsy that it's gonna scare away normal people, and I don't think it's too artsy that it's gonna scare away normal people.
Okay, all right.
Like is it artsy? Yes. Does it have artsy feel to it?
Yeah.
It almost has like an independent feel, like an independent movie feel to it.
Yeah.
But they did it just right. I think they just clinched that freaking right down the middle where you got enough.
Okay, so if
you got enough of the blow up.
If I did have a problem with it, we'll talk a little bit. The message itself is pretty simple. They just add on to it, but that's not a problem. But again, it is a little long in the tooth. But I'm not really blocking on it because I thought every minute add on to the dread of this.
Yes.
And so the acting fantastic. The script's pretty cool. The script's pretty good, and the way that it trickles out some of the information comes in this track, and I am one of the people that love the ending of this. I absolutely love the ending to this movie.
I absolutely love the ending.
Yeah.
Because, Chris, no one told you that the life was going to end up this way.
Yeah. The job's joke broke.
Life is your life is DOA.
Yeah.
Let's get some quotes and let's give our rating and let's get her out of here. All right. But then I remembered what the world is actually like, and I came to an accurate realization. I fucking hate people. Leave the world behind. That is what it said on the rental listing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You got 15 minutes before they start begging to go to the beach. Oh, 15 minutes is more than what I need.
You ever said that?
Yeah, duh. Nah, it's gonna stop right. It's got to. That's a good omen, seeing deer, at least in Mesoamerican mythology. This is why I prefer before the internet, when we would speak on the phone, we would have spoken. You would have heard my voice. You would have known who I am. Why are you trying so hard to believe everyone but your fucking wife? Dad, that doesn't make any sense. Why would rabbit ears help? Do you think there is a meltdown happening? More like I don't trust one of your kids didn't pee in the fucking pool. I saw a plane nosedive into the ocean. Yeah, so? Well, it wasn't the first one. Well, ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Have you ever fucked one of your students?
What a fucking crazy question.
I know. Nothing frightens me more than a person unwilling to learn even at their own expense. That's a darkness I just don't understand. Oh, just my annual meeting with the rest of the evil cabal that runs the world. Ha ha ha. I'm never going to find out with Ross and Rachel, am I? I wonder if she can... Oh, no, I ain't going to read that. All right, cool. We actually know the wife was no chill. The boy was sneaking pictures of me by the pool. The little girl keeps staring into the woods like Donnie Darko, and I'm pretty sure the husband wants to fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
Is that blood? What the fuck are you doing? Is that your teeth? We fuck everything on this planet over and think it'll be fine because we use paper straws and order free-range chicken. Maybe we need to sit tight, be safe, pray, whatever fucking works for you. Aren't you picking up on what is going on out there? We have all been deserted. We made a lot of enemies around the world. Maybe all this means is all of them teamed up. Oh, and then here it is. So no one told you life was gonna be that way.
So, all right, I'm on, my score on this is probably a 3.8, 3.9. I thought it was good.
I'm at a 3.9 on this one, man. I really liked it. I'm just going to give it a 4. Okay. I'm just going to go even and go 4. Because I really liked it. It was one of those movies that I don't want a sequel. This is good enough. Don't give me any more sequels. Don't give me any bullshit. Don't create a whole goddamn universe over whatever happened on this. You're already doing that with like Bird Box or Blind Box or whatever the hell that. Yeah. And then you're doing it with Quiet Place, and you did it with John Wick. We don't need a universe for every good fucking movie, man.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah, and this one,
just let it be a good movie.
This one was I liked it a lot. I gotta tell you, man. I'm gonna tip my hand early. The audience score and the tomatoes meter way far off. Like they're right down. Like they're going the opposite ways. So
wow.
So guys, me and Neil, if you're listening for the first time, we're just in between 0 and 5. I give it 3.9. Neil gave it 3.9. But then the next thing is I go Rotten Tomatoes. And I have Neil try to guess the audience score and the critic score, and of course I let him know when it's wrong or when it's right. So Neil, I'm on RottenTomatoes.com. What is the audience score for Leave the World Behind?
So they're completely polar opposites?
Well, they're different. I mean, I've seen more difference before, but this one I was like kind of really surprised.
This is one of these like you're kind of like, what the fuck? Dude, this is gonna be hard because now I'm trying to. You should have told me that because I would have guessed normally. I'm gonna say that the audience scores the higher score. I'm gonna go 83% with the audience.
34%.
Shut the fuck up!
Audience says, after a pretty strong start, Leave the World Behind loses its way, fumbling an interesting premise with unlikable characters, unbelievable dialogue, and a disappointing ending. All right. I know. Neil's showing off his cooler. His cooler.
Do you even know what that is, sir?
It's a WWE. It's a belt. It's a championship belt, right?
It's my WWE Championship fanny pack.
All right, man. What's the critic score for Leave the World Behind?
They're going to be the ones that are 83.
76. But
close.
Certified Fresh of 76% says, an exceptionally well-acted apocalyptic thriller, Leave the World Behind steadily draws the viewer in despite its leisurely pace and somewhat simplistic messaging. I'm going to go ahead and read a bad review and a good review. By the way, the bad reviews are kind of really bad reviews. The good reviews are pretty alright. So this says, it says, this is from Steve Wynn Seif of Slant Magazine. He says, in the end, Leave the World Behind is contemplatively struggling in the direction of an amorphous calamity, reaching for profundity that it fails to achieve. And this next one is from Clarice Lowry of The Independent in UK. She says, America's sweetheart Julia Roberts has sprinted over to the dark side, and it's a thrill to see what she does with it. So yeah, a lot of people like the acting. For some reason, the audience and the critic score are pretty different. You don't see that a lot. So Leave the World Behind. If you want to take a chance, go ahead and check it out. Me and Neil liked it.
I think it's the ending. To be honest, I think it's the ending that fucks with the audience.
I like the ending quite a bit.
Because I like the ending. I'm just saying that the ending is one of those that is like, man, if you're not a person that, likes that kind of ending, you're going to be pissed and you're going to bankrupt this fucking movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are you ready for the news? Get to pull up.
No, do you think I'm ready for the news, Chris?
Are you ever? I mean, I've had to cut out 5 minutes of the last one. Do I get news ready?
This is The Movies Don't Suck and some of them news. I'm going to read stuff. Chris is going to act like he hasn't heard it, even though I know he sits on his toilet for 3 hours straight reading through Reddit.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I think I've left it. I have.
All right, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's talk it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get it done and over with. There's nobody watching right now. Jonathan Majors released a statement after being fired by Disney and Marvel following guilty verdict. If you don't know, Jonathan Majors has been convicted. See, I don't understand this. This keeps on sending me to the same. This is the problem here. I saved three different websites so I could read about this in an honest way, and it keeps just sending me to the same one. So that's why I'm confused right now. So I'm sorry. So let's do this again. Nobody's watching, so it's okay. I'm giving you time to edit. So from literally when we start the news segment till now.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Jonathan Majors. Here's the biggest news story. Jonathan Majors, you all know him as King the Conqueror, has been fired by Disney Marvel Studios after assault guilty verdict. Now, I don't know. I read up on this a little bit now. And so what happened? Majors was like in an argument with his girlfriend in a car, and it's just really Majors was shaping up to be the biggest part of the next part of the MCU. Like he was literally the bad guy. The next Avengers movie went from Avengers King Dynasty now to be called Avengers 5. They're totally reworking the whole. I might not get the Secret fucking Wars now because of this asshole.
But I mean, they could just recast him, and that's not unheard of.
That's all they can just recast him. Look, dude, Disney. Look. I understand not recasting Chadwick. I get that. I fucking get that. But this guy has been literally sent to jail for abusing his girlfriend. I mean, he even released a press release that was like the most standard press release I ever read in my entire fucking life. What did it say? It is clear the jury did not believe Grace Jarvis, which is, I guess, a girl that was in a vehicle that saw the whole thing go down. What happened in the SUV, because they found that Mr. Majors did not intentionally cause any injuries to her. We are grateful to that. We are disappointed, however, that despite not believing Mr. Harvey, so basically they did not believe that he did anything bad to her, but nonetheless, they still found him guilty.
Reckless assault. There's a bunch of legal stuff behind it, but when it comes to the bad press, Marvel, probably when the thing was going to trial, they probably had a backup plan, and they were working on a backup plan as this thing happened, which is crazy. Yeah,
I mean, it's Marvel, and they kind of got to do it anyway because they're already going through shit anyway.
Yeah, so I don't know, man.
But
yeah, I don't know. I just know that it's being called Avengers 5, and we don't know what's gonna happen. You know.
I just say just recast him, dude, and make some stupid reason up. Because guess what? It's comic books, bro.
Yeah.
It's not realistic.
I mean, they recast Doctor Who.
All you gotta do is recast the dude.
They recast Doctor Who. I mean, come on.
I mean, when Oracle died in Matrix, they fixed it with one sentence.
Yeah.
I had to run away from people. This is not how you remember me, but it's still me.
Yeah, it's
like.
And I'm sure there's something MCU fucking multiverse type shit they could do to fix that part. But
easily do.
And I know that you're really looking forward to this phase of the MCU. So hopefully that works out for you.
It's one of my favorite villains in all of the MCU, and I finally got it. I mean, like, he's not a well-known villain. He's not the guy everybody knows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for him to get even a mention in a movie, let alone they're doing that whole storyline. I mean, come on. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. All right, let's move along. Let's move on to another CU.
Okay.
DCU, James Gunn has made it very clear. Matt Reeves has never been a part of he gave him the option to let Robert Pattinson's Batman be part of the DCU.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Reeves has said no, so he's already planned on other facts. Now, he's already planned to go a different way. Okay. Now, talking about that, here's another story that I think kind of concurs with that story, and I like it a lot.
Okay.
Jack Reacher star Alan Richardson wants to be the new Batman.
I mean, he's fucking... That dude's like fucking ripped, right?
He's a linebacker-sized dude.
Yeah.
He's ginormous. And that's what Batman is. Have you ever seen Batman look like a skinny little punk?
No. But real quick, so there's not going to be another Batman movie? Is that what you're saying?
No. Matt Reeves movies are going to be...
separate. So you're looking for a DCU.
Yeah, that's an Elseworld.
Okay. You're looking for
DCU Batman.
Okay, DCU Batman. Okay. I mean, you were hoping it was still going to be Ben Affleck.
That's an Elseworld. That's an Elseworld. Remember, he said there will be ones that are Elseworlds, and that's an Elseworld.
But you're hoping that Ben Affleck would stay as Batman, right?
Yeah, but Alan Richardson, man, if you don't watch Reacher on fucking Prime, I don't even know if you're considered a human being. Like literally, Alan Richardson is like just a badass at fighting.
He's very handsome
and really good actor.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So all hopes. Charlie Hunnam, if you don't know who Charlie Hunnam is, he was famous for playing Jax in Sons of Anarchy. He just stated in an interview, it was between him and Hayden Christensen. He was almost our Anakin Skywalker.
Oh wow. I mean, I don't know. Did they make the right choice? Right? I mean,
poor Hayden went mentally ill, and I'm going to say they made the right choice just because, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want him to go more mentally ill. I don't know what to say to that. I'm sorry. Hayden Christensen, you're a good dude.
He wasn't the problem with the
job.
movie. He wasn't the problem with the movies. We'll say that.
No, he wasn't the problem with the movie whatsoever. Extraction spinoff in the works at Netflix following the promising Extraction 3 update.
Yeah.
So a new TV spinoff of the action movie Extraction is now in the works. Netflix head of film confirms that the work is underway on the script for Extraction 3 already. We haven't even seen Extraction 2, have we?
Yeah, we have. We talked about it on the show. I think we both liked it. If I remember correctly.
Yeah. All right. Well, we should have a list of everything we've talked about on the show. Or what is that called? A spreadsheet with just every movie we've talked about on the show and what we rated it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got
people out there do that for us.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, have you ever wanted a Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants cast reunion?
I can't say I have, but I'm sure there are plenty of people that do.
Blake Lively, Alex Balda, and Amber Tamblyn reunite to support America Ferrara after her Critics' Choice Award nomination for Barbie. The Sister of the Traveling Pants actresses have a special friendship and have previously expressed interest in a third film.
I forgot there was a fucking sequel.
Yeah, dude. See, we forget there's sequels out there.
Well, I don't think you saw.
So they got together and celebrated and said, "Yeah, whoop whoop." All right. Mayim Balk, also known as Blossom or Amy Farrah Fowler, off of good old
Big Bang
Theory, is leaving Jeopardy.
Yeah, I heard that.
And Ken Jennings will be now taking the replace, so he will no longer just be part-time. He will have the sole duties.
I fucking love Ken Jennings, but like Ken Jennings is this shit. I like that guy a lot.
Hey, man, to be honest, if it works, it works, I mean, do you know anything that Alex Trebek has done besides Jeopardy?
No.
And do you know anything that Pat Sajak has done besides
Wheel of Fortune? No.
Wheel of Fortune? No. Do you know anything Bob Barker has done besides Price is Right?
I got you, man. That's all. I got this whole figured out.
I'm just saying. All right. Netflix data has revealed who is everybody's favorite Spider-Man.
Who is it?
Now, with the data from when all the films were available on Netflix, one movie series got 59.5 million hours of viewership. Another series claimed only got 26.4 million, and then another one got 29.5 million.
I can guess. By the way, I think it's Tobey Maguire.
Who do you think got the 5.9 point? Yeah, I Tobey Maguire is everybody's favorite Spider-Man.
It's nostalgia.
With 59.5 million hours of viewership.
It's nostalgia. It's got to be like the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, and plus people that own Netflix accounts at this point are our age.
Yeah, it's also you think about the objectively the newer Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland are the better movies, but I mean there's always gonna be sort of nostalgia seeing the first big budget Spider-Man movie come to the screen. Everyone was super excited about it, so there's some feelings there for Toby. So.
Yeah. Well, staying on the Marvel kick, let's go right into What If? What If season 2 is about to happen over there at the good old Disney Plus. Now, if you don't know what if something happened differently in the Marvel Universe? Well, all the titles for the episodes have just been released. Episode 1 will be called Nabala Joins the Nova Corps. Number 2 will be Peter Quill Attacked Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So Peter Quill going against the Avengers. Happy Hogan Saves Christmas. Iron Man crashed into the Grandmaster. Captain Carter, or Peggy Carter, fought the Hydra Stomper. Kyra reshaped the world. Hela found the 10 rings. So Hela, the queen of death, found the 10 rings that were from Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
The Avengers assemble in 1602. And Strange Supreme intervened.
Okay, interesting.
So those all sound cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love What Ifs. What Ifs are one of my favorite comic books too.
Oh yeah, they're based on comic books. Yeah, I would know that. Do they follow 4 storylines? Or do they just go like one story with What If for the comic books?
It's just a story. It's just like it's like an hour. Hey, this is What If.
Okay, all right, cool.
This is What If.
Yeah.
This is a different universe, a different multiverse. This is what if this would have happened somewhere else.
Okay. All right.
Monk's new movie has already made enough noise that they might make a sequel, even though it's called Monk's Last Case.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, what? But have you watched it yet? I heard it's good. You like people like that Monk?
But he says he has. Well, he goes, I got thoughts for a sequel. He goes, but I don't want to, say anything until Tony comes up on board. Tony Shalhoub, the guy who plays. Hey, have you ever thought to yourself, what if we took a bunch of our favorite vampires and put them in a musical?
No, actually, I haven't.
Cool. The Lost Boys is getting adapted into a musical with Patrick Wilson serving as one of the producers. James Cabral and Marcus Cohn join Wilson as producers on the project. The book will be written by a team including David Hornsby, Chris Hodge, Michael Ardren, and the band The Rescues.
Have you watched The Lost Boys lately?
The original?
Yeah.
It's one of my go-to fall asleep movies. Yeah.
So I watched it for the first time in a long time, probably a couple of months ago, and I was in a group full of people, so we were just kind of making fun of it the whole way through. It's fucking hilarious, dude. Like the things that they say back in 1984, 85. When was it?
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
it was 86, I think. 86, I think.
Oh, the year I was born. Okay. Right.
All right. So Daniel Stern, the man from Home Alone, City Slickers, the man who played Marv in Home Alone, of the Wet Bandits in Home Alone, would really like you guys to stop asking if the bricks hurt when they are thrown on him. He's told many people now that they're fake. They were fake. It's a movie. And he keeps on trying to tell people it's very important that you separate fact from fiction.
So, and when he had the tarantula facing the first one, he didn't actually scream, because it would have screamed, it would have frightened the tarantula and it would have bit him. So they had to ADR that, which is, it's one of the funniest things you in the first one when he was screaming with the tarantula on his face, but he didn't actually do it in person. So
Adam Sandler is teaming up with one of the biggest weirdos that you could ever imagine for him to team up with.
Adam Sandler with himself?
No, he already did that movie. I think it was called Jack and Jill or something like that. Adam Sandler will be teaming up with George Clooney and George Pullman's upcoming Netflix film. The collaboration symbolizes the dynamic progress of film production and represents the evolving dynamics of storytelling in today's era. Now I'm trying to find what it says about this movie.
Makes you wonder if it's this drama.
And they're not giving us any information whatsoever, or drama or comedy.
Yeah.
Kingdom of the Planet of Apes unveils new images and that it is set 300 years after Caesar's
story.
story.
Fucking stoked for that movie. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I
know you're a big fan of. I know you like apes. You're a big fan of apes.
I'm a fan of the Dawn and the Rise and the the most recent trilogy. I was a big fan of. So I'm stoked for this new one, dude. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
I mean, I'll go see it all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Planet. The new Planet of the Apes movies are freaking.
Caesar is home.
Sydney Sweeney, if you didn't know this, is a producer now, and she has been producing a bunch of stuff, and she just acquired from Neon Immaculate. Immaculate, a new horror film produced and starring Sydney Sweeney, Anyone But You, for release in theaters on a date not closed yet. News on the deal is Neon Pictures producer Black Bear await the nationwide Christmas Day release. And so a woman, it's about a woman, Devote Faith, who is offered a fulfilling new role at a illustrated Italian convent. Her warm welcome to the picture-perfect Italian countryside is soon interrupted as it becomes clear. All right, cool. It just keeps going. I don't even know what that means. But anyway, Marvel Studios is reportedly considering Mr. Sinister as the main villain for the X-Men reboot.
I actually don't remember Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
Was he in the cartoons?
He's everywhere, man. Mr. Sinister is like he was actually what's the word I want to say? He was the guy that they were hinting to in the Deadpool 2.
Okay.
Where the kid stayed.
Yeah.
Where Fire Fist stayed, and they're like, oh,
okay.
This is where you're gonna. This guy has been torturing you, and even Domino is like, oh yeah, this guy used to torture me here. In the cartoon, if you ever saw this guy, I'm sure you know exactly who he is. Mr. Sinister is one of the big names. There you go.
Okay, all right. Yeah, he looks scary. He looks sinister. He looks mean. So.
All right. Wednesday is going to get a spinoff.
I don't think we need a spinoff for Wednesday.
And I'm down for it.
Okay, what is it for? Which character?
Yes, we do. So, hey, we'll go continue on that. Anyway, Wednesday is going to get a spinoff, and the spinoff is going to be of none other than Uncle Fester, played by Fred Emerson.
Okay, now that I know that it's Fred Emerson, I'm on board already. I'll do that. I'll watch that.
Yeah,
I'll watch this. I'll watch the spinoff all day.
Because I liked his version of
Uncle Fester. Yeah, I did too.
Of Uncle Fester. It was really creepy, and it was just like it was traveling Uncle Fester, and
I should have been Uncle Fester for Christmas, right?
You should be Uncle
I had that thing going
Fester
on
next year.
Yeah,
next year for Halloween, you should be Uncle Fester.
It's
just a black coat. Yeah. You're seeing a black coat, bro,
and just stay away from the sun. Yeah. Stay away from the sun too. So
you don't go to the sun anyway. Ryan Reynolds reunites with Deadpool 3 director for Netflix's Ocean 11 style heist movie.
Okay, yeah.
Ryan Reynolds and director Sean Levy will reunite as a heist comedy following the success of their previous collaborations, The Adam Project and Free Guy. Oh, I haven't watched Free Guy in a while. I need to watch that. Christian Bale and Bradley Cooper will unite for a Cold War spy flick, Best of Enemies.
All right, yeah.
It's based on the 2018 book. The movie will feature Cooper as a CIA agent and Jack Plate, and Bale as a KGB agent called Gidney Vasilyakukia during the Cold War.
I'd watch that.
There's not a director yet, but they got those two people.
Mm-hmm. That sounds cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Orphan 3 is now in development.
Oh, yeah. I forgot there's a sequel to Orphan.
And William Brent Bell is now the director.
Cool.
Blumhouse has lost Ryan Gosling for The Wolfman and has gained Christopher Abbott.
I mean, is that that game though? I feel like Ryan Gosling is maybe a little bit better. I don't know.
But you know what? To be honest, with like something like The Wolfman, do you want Ryan Gosling? I mean, like
Ryan Gosling, I guess you're right. Me, Christopher Abbott would be better for that. I don't know. Maybe.
The X-Files reboot is still on. Just want everybody to know that. That's
Cool.
what Ryan Coogler says, that we're working on it right now. And it will be like just like the old TV show where every week will be something different. Cliffhanger 2 is in the works.
But hold on.
Sylvester Stallone.
The whole point of Cliffhanger is it was supposed to end on a cliffhanger. Like they're going to resolve the cliffhanger? Like, come on, that's the point of it. Like,
hey, it's Cliffhanger 2. You don't even remember the movie, do you?
Sly's like 75? Right? He's got to be. He can't.
I know. How the hell is he going to go climb mountains?
I know. I mean, but to be fair, in between shoots, fucking Harrison Ford rode a mountain bike 40 miles. For Dial of Destiny. So I don't know. Maybe he could do it. You know, if Sly was here, he could tell me, but he's not. We should on the podcast, probably.
Yeah.
You think he'll come on the podcast and talk to us?
No, I don't think he'd ever talk to us. Period. Last but not least, the saddest news of all. I hate to report this, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to say this. What we do in shadows will end at the end of the season 6. I'm sorry. It's not going to last 10 years like I thought it would. So what we do in shadows will end at the end of season 6. If you remember on season 4, they ordered 2 more seasons and they're not reordering it. So at the end of season 6, one of the greatest shows of all time, if not the greatest show of all time, what we do in shadows is going to end. I'm sorry. Don't come after me. It's FX that did it. Write them.
It's really strange when sometimes when movie studios or TV, they make decisions that don't make sense. But I don't know how. I mean, whatever. That's what it is. Or it could be up to people who make the show. Like, we're done. We said we cancel the show. Whatever. But is that all you got for news?
All right. Well, Chris, at this point, that's the end of the news. Let's get over to the world of imagination. That was The Movies Don't Suck and Some of Them News. Now we're going to review the last movie of the night so we can go and jerk off in our beds and cry alone.
Well, I hope I don't do that. We're talking about Wonka, directed by Paul King. Paul King directed Paddington and the best movie of all time, Paddington 2, right? This stars Timothée Chalamet as Willy Wonka himself.
We never told the truth for 10 minutes in this house.
Also, this stars Kobna Holtbrick Smith as Officer Affable. Matilda Tucker as young mother. Keep going with this. Kyle Lane as Noodle.
What are you doing?
I'm making chocolate, of course.
Olivia Coleman as Mrs. Scrubbit.
Now, the fact that you'll turn into an animal if you fail to fall in love with someone during your stay here is not something that should upset you.
Also, I didn't realize Matt Lucas is in this. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay. It plays Prodnose. Matthew Bateman plays Fickle Gruber. Keegan Michael Key plays Chief of Police.
Well, I'm just a good old American boy.
Also, this Patterson Jones is Slugworth.
Stoop. Romance. Stoop. And let us speak.
Also, Jim Carrey's Abacus Crunch. And there's a bunch of other people in this movie. Why don't you go ahead and read the storyline for Wonka?
I got to read a storyline? People don't know what Wonka's about? All right. I'll read the storyline. What dreams of opening a shop in a city renowned for its chocolate? A young and poor Willy Wonka discovers that the industry is run by a cartel of greedy chocolate heirs.
So this is a prequel, I guess, to what the Willy Wonka that we all know. You know, the one that has
Willy Wonka, is his name. Willy Wonka. Oh, sorry.
I don't think that's this movie, but I will tell you one thing about this movie. I fucking love this movie.
I agree. I think at first you hated that you're going to have to go see this.
I was coming in completely dreading it.
Musicals and you hate good time movies. But you just hate anything that makes anybody feel good. I'm the opposite. I like movies that make people feel good.
This was such a fun movie.
Oh my God. And the thing that made it is this is what made this work just as good as the original.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, we're going to talk, I'm not dissing the Tim Burton one. I'm not. But let's just be honest. The Tim Burton one is just on its own level. That's a whole different
It's over there. It's all the way over there. Yeah, it's all the way over there.
It's all the way over there. Doesn't even make sense. All the Oompa Loompas look the same. Like, I don't get it. Like, you know, and even in this, the Oompa Loompa was like, no, I'm just one. One of them, you know, there's plenty more. We don't all look alike. That's just weird. You know, like they even make a joke about it. But in this, it is just like the 70s one. Yes, is Gene Wilder the best part of the 70s Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
Hands down. But what makes it is all the other actors in the movie make it a main part. Because as much as you remember Gene Wilder, you remember lazy ass Grandpa.
Yeah.
Gets out of
fucking Grandpa. Fuck Grandpa Joe. He's an asshole. Honestly,
he's an asshole. But that Grandpa Joe is an asshole. The Grandpa Joe that they had in the the Johnny Depp one was just like weird and creepy.
Yeah, creepy Grandpa Joe. I want to mention that all my thoughts about Timothée Chalamet not being able to play Willy Wonka, completely unfounded.
He's
great.
Talking like
he's great.
He was great. Olivia Coleman just knocked it out of the park in her role as the
Mrs.
the
Scrubbit.
best way to say it, the evil orphanage running lady.
Of course,
each frame in this movie looked awesome. Every area looked completely different, but looked the same. Like you could understand that this is all in the same world.
Yeah, and Cal Lane, who played Noodle, she was fantastic. Noodle's fantastic. Fucking, this one made me smile so much. I was smiling.
Dude, I was laughing and smiling in the entire freaking film.
And it made me cry. It made me cry twice. I cried twice in this movie.
This movie it hit it right on the mark. Timothée Chalamet singing was great. If I have any complaint, it's that they gave him too many songs.
Oh, dude, I liked all the songs in this. All the songs in this are pretty good.
No. I'm not saying I don't like all the songs. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying they gave him too many songs. And another reason, people don't. I think people just don't understand this. Another reason the 1971 worked was because there are songs from different actors all throughout the film. Charlie had a song. The mom had a song.
Okay.
Grandpa Joe had a song. The Oompa Loompas had a song. Everybody had a song.
And if you guys go into this thinking on nostalgia, there is a little bit of that, but this is a whole different story. Like the reason why it works is because they recognize the 1971 and they changed it just enough so we get a fresh story out of this.
Yeah, but it's like they used enough. Like this is one of my greatest facts to have up right at this moment in time while we're talking about this. In addition to the original songs, 2 songs from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory are in the film: Oompa Loompa, of course, and Pure Imagination, which are also heavily quoted, and new lyrics were written for Oompa Loompa. So but that's understandable because every time they do an Oompa Loompa song, the lyrics are different.
And I got so much delight out of this movie. Like I walked out feeling good. I can't imagine anyone walking out thinking it sucked because I couldn't see it. Like Paul King made a inviting film for us to spend, a little under 2 hours in, and I was very pleased. I was going into this dreading it. I came out feeling a whole lot better. That I enjoyed myself a lot to this.
Yeah, I mean, like literally, they can make a sequel of this, and I would not be upset.
Yeah, they don't need to. But
They have to make it believable.
Yeah.
And I think literally what the sequel could be, and this is just my theory, could be all the way up till when he shuts the gates.
Oh, yeah.
Because in the original Willy Wonka, it's always about he got fucked over by everybody.
Yeah, everything.
And then the 70 one is the one that continues the story. Or if they want to retell that story too, retell the story about the kids in the factory. But just retell it. And I think they could do it with Timothée Chalamet.
So until he's 30 years from now, they can do it. Timothée Chalamet. They can age him. Timothée Chalamet was. Age him. Yeah, they could. Timothée Chalamet was great.
I mean, look at this. Here they are.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, you're right.
Johnny Depp's was just too Tim Burton-y.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I watched both movies today.
Oh, yeah?
I rewatched the original and the Johnny Depp one today.
Yeah.
While was around the house. And I gotta say, man, the Timothée Chalamet one was very, like, it hit like the 70s one does, man. It just... everything was fun and charming, and like there was dance.
Utterly charming movie. That's the way to put it. It's charming. It's lovely. It's a delight. This movie was really fun, and I walked in thinking we're gonna get some Disney-fied version of Willy Wonka. We didn't get that at all. We got something completely original. And like, if Disney would have gotten hold of this, they would have fucked it up somehow. I'm almost sure. But
we're almost sure that they would have fucked it up. But we're just saying, okay, this one's not just one for the kids. If you have the nostalgia for Willy Wonka, you're going to like it that way. But if you don't like musicals, you're not going to like this. I'm just going to throw that out there. If you don't like musicals, you're not going to like this movie. But the humor is there. The character work is there.
Here's the thing. I don't like musicals generally. Generally, my least favorite thing about any movie are the songs. I like the songs in this. I
love the songs in this. I thought this was a great movie.
Yeah, the songs don't really run over 2.5 minutes long ever. Like, they're there and they add momentum to the story as opposed to hindering. They always add on to it.
Basically, each song is the best way I like to say it. I think the way best to describe them is like they're oh gosh, I lost the word. I'm talking about when a montage. They're a montage of how to get to something quicker.
Yeah.
Because like one song's like when they're building the candy shop. When they're building the candy shop. So it goes from, you don't have to see them doing all the hard work. You just like automatically within 2 minutes, the candy shop's built during the song of magic.
Yeah. So I really, really enjoyed this movie. I came out converted to thinking Timothée Chalamet can be Wonka, and honestly, it's fun for the whole family. It's PG. There's nothing really. There's a little bit of nuance here and there for some of the more adult jokes, but like one of the things that I know that Disney would have done if they got all of this was take out all the sort of dark undercurrent, because like for example, there's a little bit of dark stuff in here. Right, but no, man. This movie, it made me smile. I was happy when I walked out of this movie yesterday, like 9:30. But
right, I cannot tell you how much I absolutely loved this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was one of the. I don't even know.
Yeah, and I don't even know. It's made great. Every scene is great. Well, you just can't. I can't. I was dreading this so much, and I'm glad that it completely exceeded my expectations. So Wonka, I really liked it. Are you ready for quotes?
I'm always ready for quotes,
Let's
motherfucker. It's kind of my thing.
Let's do some quotes.
You're my quotes.
Oh.
You quote my mom.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Doing my mom. You know what's straight up doing my mom. Oh, doing your mom.
No.
Here's my destiny. I just need to unlock it. She's damaged. She has orphan syndrome. She has an orphan diagnosis. Come for a night, stay forever. Quiet up and silence down. Nope. Scratch that. Reverse it. You never had chocolate? You thought the chocolate was weird. You're going to hate what comes next. Sounds like my third wife. He says that a lot. Yeah. Like, a lot. The greedy beat the needy every time. Every good thing in this world started with a dream. Temptation is very hard to resist. No one is on your page. What does that even mean? Never mind. I know what. No. What does that? No. Yeah, that means I never mind this. So we need to. Oh, here's some milk over here. No, we need the milk of a giraffe. I didn't know giraffes had milk. I didn't know that.
Well, I think all things have milk, but
yeah, I think I nearly been eaten by a lot of things, and none of them even got a nibble. I don't care how good his chocolates are. Okay, when do we start? Have you ever tasted chocolate like this before? I wanted a man on every storm drain. You sure? Shouldn't we be, solving all those unsolved murders?
Mm.
Oompa, loompa, doopity doo. You want them to have an accident? Yes, in which they die. You didn't know that was Matt Lewis?
Yeah, I didn't recognize Matt Lewis, but Lucas, good for him for being under all that,
A world of you over. And that was the end of Wonka's Chocolate Shop forever. You've been a terrible audience. Good night. One day we'll be all judged for our sins, but it's not going to be today. You're right. Those days in the chemistry class were the best. Death by chocolate. Willie will have friends invite you to enjoy our chocolate. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. And they call me Shorty Pants.
All right. Neil, what's your score on this one?
10.
Well, we do 0 through 5. What's your score on this?
I know. I'm doubling that motherfucker today. 4.5, man. I'm not going to lie. This made me happy. It made me feel giddy. I'm already not having the best of Christmas seasons right now. Yeah. But this is like one of the first times that I've been like, yeah, I'm in a good mood.
Yeah, this is a 4.4 for me. This was a really, really fun movie.
This was beyond fun.
I can't last. I mean, it's been a while since I watched that movie feeling so good. You know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah. So, Neil's is 4.5 and 4.4. Neil, I'm on RottenTomatoes.com. What's the audience score for Wonka?
Oh, the audience has to be with me on this one. I feel like they're going to give it an 82%.
They did it 91%.
Fuck, they did. Wait, they were really with me on that one.
Neil, what's the Big Bang Critic score for Wonka?
Doing your mom. I'm
not doing my mom.
I'm going to have to say that it was. Man, I hate critics because it always messes with me. Because when they gave a good rating from like the people, you're like thinking maybe this is not going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
79%.
84% certified fresh.
Oh my gosh!
It says With director Paul King at the helm and some solid new songs at the ready, the warmly old-fashioned Wonka puts a super sweet spin on the classic character while still leaving some room for the source material's darker undertones. Okay, I'm going to read a bad review and a good review. From Richard Roper of the Chicago Sun-Times, he says, Timothée Chalamet undergoes a scattershot origin story that mixes too many ingredients to its chocolate-covered plot. Whatever. And this is from Joe Shapiro of the Chicago Reader. He says, I can't be upset at a movie with this much warmth and craft across the board, one that believes so earnestly. And I believe so earnestly. This movie was a delight. I can't remember the last time I watched that movie feeling this good. You know? Like, just
yeah, it's just one of those movies that I'm just like, man, I want to be happy. I want to be happy about everything in existence now, and I want to do everything. I want to make the world a better place.
And here's what I wanted to read this one from TT Zern Edzi. She says, kids, families, adults, there's really something here for everyone. And again, it just makes you feel good. And I want to feel good. And it's just a warm movie. And so I kind of feel like this could be...
You're a war movie.
Okay, well, all right. Neil,
why did you say it's a war movie? It's not a war movie.
Warm. And I
thought you said war movie. I was like, why are you saying it's a war movie, dude? I was really confused, and I'm not even stoned.
Well, that's our talk about Wonka. Next week we are seeing the Iron Claw, and Poor Things.
The Iron Claw
and Poor Things. But both those movies are ones we've been looking forward to for the whole fucking year. And so,
are both those in the theater?
Yeah, both they are. Both of them are.
Damn.
Yeah, no.
All right, we'll figure out when I got to do that.
Yeah.
But we don't know what day we're going to be doing at this point. Let's just be honest. It's Christmas. We don't know when we're going to get the movies done, but we will be up. We will be back, and we will do another episode. And that is the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
All right. You can find us on moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're at w2mnet.com. Number 2mnet.com. You'll find us there on a bunch of other podcasts. We're at Facebook at facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck podcast. We're on Twitter at MTS, I guess X. Whatever. MTS Podcast. Instagram at MTS Podcast. We're also on Patreon. We go to patreon.com/moviesdon'tsuck. You'll find us there. If you guys want to throw us a few shekels so Neil can get himself a value menu, do it, please. We're also on Bonfire. Bonfire.com/moviesdon'tsuck. You'll find the shirt like Neil has on. If you're watching YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. If you're watching Facebook, like that page. And you know what? If you're listening to us on a podcast app, just hit subscribe so we're there every Monday when I upload the podcast. Neil, what do you do for small business?
Hey, if you got a small business, let us know. Give us your information. We want to know. We want to help you out right here and give you out there to our thousands of listeners, millions of followers right here at Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do.
You good, Neil? You ready to get out of here?
I'm good. That's another episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
Now remember, hold your breath. Make a wish, count to 3, and come with me on a world of pure imagination. Remember, guys, movies are just imaginary, and so does everything that is entertainment. Have fun with your family this holiday season. We love you. Have a good night.